Welcome, I'm Emily, this is Carl. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated position to get started with. Grounding down to the sitting bones. Stack the spine up one bone at a time. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears, down the back, reach up through the crown of the head. So you can let the eyes close or just take the gaze softly off the tip of the nose. Just start to deepen the breath. So that next inhale, filling the belly, rib cage up to the collarbones. Exhale, collarbones, rib cage, and the belly. Inhale, fill from the bottom, all the way up to the top. Exhale from the top, all the way down to the bottom. And just continue with this rhythm, making each breath a little longer, a little fuller than the one before. Just notice anything that comes up. Maybe it's some pets or children. Maybe it's something in your body that's talking to you. On the top of the next inhale, fill completely and hold it for a moment. Then exhale it all out. Use the belly, press out that last bit of air. And let the breath come back to a natural rhythm. In and out through the nose. You can come back to that breath at any point during our practice today. Just find your level of effort and ease. Good. So as you exhale, go ahead and drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Finding a stretch in the side of the neck. Inhale it up to center. And exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And the shoulders be nice and heavy. Starting gently. As you exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, right ear towards the right shoulder, and then continue circling the head and neck all the way around. Draw some nice big circles with the nose. If you find those sticky spots, you can stop and work a little bit back and forth across them. And go both directions. Bring it up to center. We'll just start to roll out the shoulders. So draw them up towards the ears. Pull the shoulder blades together behind you and then down towards the floor. Couple rolls going back. And then loosen it up, go forward. Good. And then take the hands to the shoulders and start to draw some circles with the elbows. So again, letting the spine be nice and soft and nice and tall. Can be small, can be big. Just warming up the joints. Again, switching directions, going the other way. And taking the hands to the legs to make some big circles with the torso. Nice squeaky old floor. Bring it to center. Good. And then we're going to do another little exercise. So I'll turn sideways so you can see it. Go ahead and extend the arms out in front of you. Let the shoulders be nice and heavy towards the floor. Good. So go ahead and squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're going to keep the spine pretty stationary here. The arms might come out as that happens. And then you're going to reach the wrists forward and spread the shoulder blades. Good. So pulling them together back behind you and then reaching it forward. Nice. Couple more times. So the spine staying nice and long, and we're just moving the arms and the shoulders. Good. And let that go. Shake the arms out. Next, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, right hand down. Reach up and over to the right. Anchoring down to the left sitting bone. And play with rolling the top ribs up towards the sky. And bend the top elbow hand to the base of the skull. Take a breath in, really reach up through that elbow. As you exhale, rotate it towards the floor, closing the chest. Twice more, inhale, sweep it up to the sky. Exhale to close. Inhale, sweep it open, follow it with your gaze. And exhale to close. This time as you inhale all the way up to center, arms to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, reach up and over to the left and pause. Find that right sitting bone nice and heavy, like Plenty of space between the hips and the rib cage. Bend the top elbow hand to the base of the skull. Take a breath in, reaching up through the elbow, and exhale, rotate it towards the floor, closing the chest. Inhale, sweep it up to the sky, follow it with your gaze. And exhale to close. Once more, inhale, open it up. And exhale to close. This time as you inhale all the way up to center, both arms to the sky. Bend both elbows, hands behind the head. As you inhale, pull the elbows apart, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And exhale, pull the elbows together, round the spine, drop the chin. And inhale, open the elbows, pull the chest forward. And exhale, draw the elbows together, pull the belly button back. Keep going for a couple more rounds, finding this cat-cow shape and really moving the shoulder blades. You're making it big or small, going your own pace. And then go ahead and release that, shake the arms out. And go ahead and move into child's pose. You can roll forward over the legs or swing them around to the side to get there. Taking the hips back towards the heels, knees a comfortable distance apart. Walk the arms out in front of you. And just make those little adjustments. Move a little side to side, taking the weight back towards the heels. And start to wake up the hands, spread the fingers, wiggle them a couple times, make fists. Roll the wrists one direction, the other. And if you like, you can bend the elbows and take the hands back behind the head. Maybe they connect, maybe not. Just finding a little extra stretch into the upper arms, the triceps. And extend the arms out, coming forward to all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Just walk it out a little bit, shifting side to side, forward and back. Maybe some circles with the hips or kneading with the hands. Good. And find that neutral-ish place, somewhere in the middle where you're balanced on all four of your appendages. Good. And then keeping the elbows straight, we're going to find that same movement with our shoulder blades, little lizard push-ups. So go ahead and squeeze the shoulder blades together, allowing the chest to drop towards the floor. And then really press the floor away, rounding into the upper back. Good. A couple more times. You might be able to see my rib cage dropping down and then pressing away. So you can add a softness to the elbows if that helps the mobility in the shoulders, but keeping the spine nice and long. Good. And then coming back to neutral. As you inhale, lift the tail, lift the chest for cow. And exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, arching into cat. So keep moving with the rhythm of your own breath. And as you're doing this, when you're in cow, really drawing the shoulder blades together, allowing the elbows to bend. And then in cat, pressing the floor away, really rounding into the upper back. And don't worry about how it looks, just think about how it feels. And feel free to pause in either shape, maybe add some side to side movement to get into all those sticky spots. Good, and then coming back to a neutral spine. Let's check our alignment here. So shift the weight into the left hand. Next inhale, right arm extends out to the side. As you exhale, reach it under the body, keep it floating. Inhale, reach the arm up about 45 degrees, that upper corner. Exhale, reach it under. Inhale, swoop it all the way up to the sky. Follow the fingertips with your gaze. Exhale, reach it all the way under. This time, release the shoulder and ear down towards the floor. So maybe it finds the floor. Maybe you have a block or something under there. Finding some space between the shoulder blades. So you can stack the left elbow over the left wrist for a little bit of leverage. Maybe extend the arm long. Another breath. And draw the left fingertips in front of the nose, pressing in the hand to unwind. Scoop up to the sky, circle the hand down. Good. Shifting into the right hand. Inhale, left fingertips out to the side. Exhale, reach under the body, keep it floating. Inhale up to that corner of the room. Exhale, reach it under. Inhale, sweep up to the sky. This time when you exhale, reach under, release the shoulder and ear down towards the mat. Right fingertips can spin towards the nose, stacking elbow over wrist for leverage. Maybe extend the fingertips long towards the front of the mat. Finding that rotation from the waist up. Another breath here. Draw the hand in front of the nose, press into it to unwind. Inhale, fingertips up to the sky. And exhale it back to the mat. Good. Give that a shake. Lovely. So with the fingers nice and spread, go ahead, tuck the toes. Scoop the belly in, gently press away the floor. So just find this activation first. So there's some effort in the core here, some effort in the upper back. And then let that go, give it a shake. And again, find that effort, hugging the low ribs in, pressing the floor away. And this time, maybe floating the knees off the mat, hovering just an inch. Hold it for a breath or two. And release it down. So you can stay with either of those. Maybe walk the hands forward, one hand print. Scoop the belly in, press the floor away, float the knees up. Hold it here in this little bear crawl position. And then release it down. You can stay there, maybe walk it forward a little bit, or back as the case may be. Hug the ribs in, press the floor away, float the knees up. Then from here, either child's pose, all fours, or keep pressing the hips back and up, find downward dog. So if you're coming to downward dog, walk the feet out, press one heel towards the floor and then the other. The hips swing side to side. So fingers nice and spread. I have my pointer fingers forward, so my hands are spinning out slightly. Let the knees be nice and bent, so you can press the belly back towards the thighs, nice long spine. Another breath here. And then soften the knees, look to the hands, and walk feet up to hands. Finding a soft forward fold anywhere on your mat, feet a comfortable distance apart. Let the torso hang, arms dangle. Those hands can grab opposite elbows maybe, shift a little side to side. And release the hands towards the floor. As you inhale, hands to the shins, flat back, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold everything heavy. Inhale, flat back, roll the shoulders away. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. This time as you inhale, soften the knees, roll yourself up bone by bone. Bring the head up last. Rolling the shoulders up and back. Blood back into the brain. Just all the layers. Coming to the front of your mat, find your mountain pose. So feet are nice and spread. You can lift the toes, spread them wide, send them down one at a time if you like. Just like lift the kneecaps, scoop the belly in, roll the shoulders back, reach up through the crown of the head. So inhale, sweep both arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the waist. Inhale, flat back. So exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. Right leg steps back, set the knee down for a low lunge. Add any padding if you like. And as you're ready, bring the torso up, hands to the front thigh. Good. Square the hips off to the front of your mat. And press that front knee forward and back in line with the foot. Pain-free range of motion. Stack knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, and inhale, arms up. So, take a breath here. Arms are over your head. Lovely. So you're in your low lunge, arms over your head. Slight activation in the legs, so pulling the front heel towards the back knee, lifting the rib cage up off the waist. And then take the hands together behind the head, so elbows are pointing up to the sky. Your choice here, you can interlace the hands and spread the elbows apart, or maybe squeeze the elbows together and lift them up towards the sky. Just kind of find what feels good here. And then inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Shift the hips back, straighten the front leg. And you can feel free to shift forward and back here a couple times, moving all the joints. And finding your half split. So drawing back with the left hip, pulling toes towards the nose. Maybe up on the fingertips, maybe fists or blocks. Another breath here. Inhale, shift it forward, bend the front knee. Right hand plants down, and left arm unfurls up to the sky. Good. I'll take a couple big circles with that top arm. The fingertips might brush the mat. You can go both directions, whichever feels good, and then find a place to pause and breathe. Maybe that's reaching up. You can wrap the arm around your low back. I like to pop up on my fingers on the bottom hand, or maybe add a block for a little bit more lift. Another breath. And then exhale the top hand down. Step the front foot all the way back. Find all fours. A low plank with the knees down, or maybe a high plank if you're feeling froggy. Breath in with a little effort. And exhale it all the way down to the belly. Good. Hands under the shoulders, tops of the feet press into the mat. Inhale, peel the chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, release down. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Take a breath in to prepare, and as you exhale, press it up and back. Child's pose, all fours, or downward dog. Any movement or stillness, you can take a rest or find some more effort. And soften the knees, look to the hands, move feet up towards the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up, either a long spine or rolling it bone by bone. Exhale, hands to your heart, by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the chest. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hand, the left leg steps back, release the knee down, low lunge to the other side. When you have your foundation, bring the torso up, hands to the front leg, and just shift the knee forward and back in line with the foot, as long as that's pain-free. Sacking knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, and inhale to sweep the arms up. Good, shoulders falling away from the ears, we're taking the arms out a little wider for some space. Then bend the elbows, hands behind the head. You can take the elbows wide, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest. Or maybe draw the elbows together and really pull them up towards the sky. Find a shape that feels good for you. Keep reaching the tailbone towards the floor, lifting the rib cage up. Next, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands down, shift hips back, straighten the front leg. Good. And again, you can take a couple forward and back movements. See how all the joints are feeling before settling back into your half split. Left hip tucking underneath you as you draw back with the right. Nice long spine. Looking for a stretch in the back of that front leg. Another breath. And on an inhale, shift forward, bending into the front knee. Left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Good, finding a twist here. Nice big circle with the top arm. And finding a place to pause and breathe. Maybe the top hand reaches the sky or wraps around the low back. And exhale, release that hand down. Step the front foot back. Finding a moment. Then you can lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, peel the chest up, baby cobra. And exhale, press it back. Child's pose, all fours or down dog. Another breath here. And then soften the knees, move feet up to hands. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, take a nice long forward fold. Just pause here. Feel free to take the feet mat width for a bit more space. You can interlace the hands behind the neck for some gentle neck traction, or take hands behind the legs. And exhale, release the hands towards the floor. Inhale to roll yourself up bone by bone. Rolling the shoulders up and back. Heel toe the feet underneath you, coming back to your mountain pose. It's your choice. You can keep the feet hip width, or maybe step the legs together. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, spine chair. So weights in the heels, knees tracking over the toes. If the legs are together, you can really squeeze them into center. Slight tuck to the tail, hands can be at heart center, reach forward, maybe up. Another breath here. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, right leg steps back, find a high lunge. So get your feet in train tracks before bringing the torso up. And find all of those little adjustments, drawing back with the left hip to square up to the front of the room. Then maybe bending and straightening the back knee a couple times. You can keep it bent, dropping it towards the floor, or reach through the back heel. Good. Next inhale, reach both arms up. And again, bend the elbows, hands behind the head. So maybe try a different shape, either pulling them apart or drawing them together, reaching them up towards the sky. Oops. And then exhale, release them behind the back. You can either interlace the knuckles or just stack them at the low back. Really drawing the shoulder blades together, squeezing the elbows. Good, and still keeping the low ribs hugging in. Excellent. Inhale, unwinds, reach to center. And as you exhale, open into Warrior Two. So square off towards the long edge of your mat, fiddle with the feet. Stack shoulders over hips and extend the arms long. Good. Next, inhale, reverse your warrior. Front fingertips to the sky, back hand to the back leg. And exhale, side angle. Make contact with the front leg, top arm reaches up. Twice more, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle and pause. Good. Take a couple big circles with the top shoulder. Don't worry too much about where everything is at, just as long as it feels good. Good. Next, inhale, reverse your arms and straighten the front leg. Pause here. Find a nice big long side stretch. And bring it to center. Spin all the toes towards the long edge of your mat. Hands on hips. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, forward fold. So go ahead and release the hands down to the legs or the mat. This first one, play with shifting it a little side to side, bending one knee and then the other. And maybe coming to center and drawing it in a little bit deeper. Next, exhale, release hands to hips. And inhale, squeeze the legs, draw yourself up, really pressing the hips forward. Heel toes, step the feet together underneath you, come back to the front of your mat. And feet hip width or step the legs together. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, bend the knees, step the left foot back, high lunge. Get your feet on train tracks, then bring the torso up. Fiddle around with the leg position. You can bend and straighten the knees a couple times. Stack front knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, and inhale the arms up. Good. As you exhale, bend the elbows, hands behind the head. You can pull them wide, draw them together, reach them up. Find what feels good. So that rib cage is lifting up off the hips as the hips are sinking a little bit deeper towards the floor. And then exhale, release the hands behind the back. You can interlace the opposite way or stack the hands. Roll the shoulders back, draw the elbows together, maybe lifting the gaze. Good, so allowing the collarbones to spread. If knuckles are interlaced, you can draw them down and away from the low back. Inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, open up into Warrior Two. Square off to the long edge of your mat. You can bend and straighten the front knee a couple times. And stack knee over ankle, shoulders over hips, extend the arms. As you inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. And exhale, side angle, make contact with the front leg. Twice more, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle and pause. Maybe some big circles with that top shoulder, just let it move around. And next, inhale, reverse the arms, this time straightening the front leg, big old side stretch. Coming up to center, spin all the toes towards the long edge of the mat. This time, you can stack the hands or interlace the fingers behind your back. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold forward. I believe the fingers are interlaced. You can draw them away from the back. Find some extra stretch into the shoulders. And at any point, go ahead and release the hands down towards the legs or the floor. Maybe a little more side to side movement. Next, exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, squeeze the legs, draw yourself up. Heel toe, the feet underneath you, coming back to the front of your mat. Just come back to your mountain pose, anchoring down to the feet, reaching up through the crown of the head. And just check in, see how everything's feeling. If there's anything that needs a little bit more attention still. Next, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step the feet back. You can take one more flow of your choice or head straight back to child's pose, all fours, or down dog. We'll eventually all meet in child's pose, so however you want to get there. Take a few moments, a few breaths to get there. And find a version that's supportive and restful for you. Maybe stacking the hands under the forehead, or wrapping the arms around the sides. Slowing down the breath, in and out through the nose. Use the hands, press the torso up, shift the hips to the side so you can extend the legs out in front of you. Pulling the love away from the sit bones, give the legs a shake. Good. Sitting up tall, bend the right knee, draw the heel in towards the hip, planting the foot inside or outside. Inhale, right arm up, and exhale it around behind you. Breath in to sit up tall, and exhale, deepening your twist. So keeping the left leg active, drawing the toes towards the nose. Roll that back shoulder behind you. Next, inhale to center, and exhale across to the other side, finding a little counter twist. Come up to center, unwind the legs, give them a shake. Other side, draw the left heel towards the hip, planting foot inside or outside of the straight leg. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale it around to the floor behind you. Inhale, sits up tall, and exhale, deepens the twist. So anchoring into both sitting bones, reach up through the crown of the head, rotate around a nice long spine. Use an inhale to come to center, and exhale across to the other side, and a little counter twist. Bring it to center, shake the legs out, and then soles the feet together, knees out. You can add padding underneath the thighs if that feels good. Take a breath in, lift the chest, and exhale, fold forward any amount. So here, your choice, you can keep the spine long, or you can allow it to round, releasing the forehead down, maybe some side-to-side movement. Another breath here. And use an inhale to roll yourself up. Good. And your choice if you want to come to your back for Shavasana or if you want to stay seated. So you can find your way to your back, wiggle around, make all those little movements. And if there's any last movements or adjustments you need, maybe hugging the knees to the chest, another twist, reach the feet up to the sky. A little ab work there. And then come to a place of stillness. Allow the shoulders to fall away from the ears, eyes to close. And bring your attention to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And taking a few more moments here. It's your practice. You can stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, gently start to move the fingers and toes, hands and feet, deepening the breath. Extend the arms overhead. Take a full body stretch if you're on your back. And then allow the knees to bend, roll to your favorite side. Make your way to a comfortable seated position. Anchoring into the sitting bones, reaching up through the crown of the head. You can have the palms down for grounding or up for sharing and receiving. Together we'll take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I invite you to bring the hands together in front of the heart. May your thoughts, words, and actions support the health, happiness, and freedom of all beings. Thank you for your presence and your practice. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Ferda. Boba Fett's back. Do your part and donate. Fairfight.org.